Hello, and welcome to Be Here Now, where presence invites peace, invites perspective and allows peace. We are live on the newstreamingnetwork.com, WGSN-DB Going Solo Network, radio, TV, and podcast. I am your co-host, Judy Forder, and I am here with my co-host in peace, Miss
Janice Leonard. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for being here.
We laughed as soon as we got into our pregame meeting because we're both wearing green. It was not planned.
No, it's not planned. Actually, mine's in honor of the Boston Celtics, who I'm going to go see play this weekend with my grandson. Yay! Oh, I could do that again.
More applause.
Okay, there we go. Now,
Awesome.
is one of these a basketball sign? No. Sound. Yes. So that's I'm wearing my green. Why are you wearing your green?
I'm wearing green because I told you I always ask what color to wear for the show, and I heard green today, so that's what I'm wearing. And I forgot.
You just wanted us to match.
I guess so. Do you say it was funny, Janice, with the topic? It was, do you celebrate your growth? But I kept going back and forth between growth and healing. So I didn't even realize until last night that all the thumbnails say, do you celebrate your healing? Whereas topic is, do you celebrate your growth? So our topic for today is, do you celebrate your growth / healing?
Here we go. Okay, we're flexible.
We will incorporate both. Exactly.
Judy and I, we do this every week. We do it because we want to share our stories, share different tools to help everyone heal, be full of love, and to be here now. Thanks for being here. We are a part of a 501c3, which basically means your donations are tax deductible. If you want to go to our website, peacefulempowermentworks.org, there's a donate button on the top or bottom, and you can get a tax write-off. Let me see. Did I cover everything? I feel like I'm missing something.
I feel like you did. The only thing is a free way to support us.
Oh, thank you. I didn't. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm definitely a little overwhelmed in the brain today. Yeah. We don't just want money. I mean, I don't want to just say money. That's not me. It's not us. So if you're able to, great. Thank you. If not, just be here now with us and support us by being here, liking, subscribing, sharing, whatever. We appreciate you for being here, and we're glad to have you.
Yes. I have to tell you, it's very funny that our topic today is, do you celebrate your growth / healing? And the energy lately, especially this week, has been so, Janice saying she's a little overwhelmed. I feel like the collective energy has been a bit overwhelming, and really been pulling forward those tools of staying centered, staying present. And one of those tools, which we kind of jumped over with the chaotic energy we're feeling right now, is we forgot to have Janice ring us in.
That's right.
So before we proceed, Janice, could you ring us in, please?
Yes.
I take a deep breath. You want to give it another ding?
Yeah. Thank you. Boy.
Right. Now listen, Janice isn't somebody that's going to tell you, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you. She's still in a lot of pain with her right arm that is broken, and with the overcompensation of the left shoulder that she just had surgery on. What are we at? 14?
November 7th.
Yeah, with the overcompensation of the left arm, she's experiencing quite a bit of pain right now. So, Janice, we are grateful that you are able to be here with us.
Thank you.
Especially in your discomfort. So.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for showing up.
Last week it wasn't even that kind of pain so much. I got COVID, and I had the worst sore throat I've ever had. I remember having in my life for about
Ooh.
2 days. I actually couldn't even swallow. It was that bad.
Oh,
So
wow.
this is a pain, but it could be. It was much worse last week.
It's not taking your voice.
That's right. I can still talk.
You know. So I say we celebrate that.
Yes, look at you're so good at that. What am I celebrating?
You are celebrating the fact that you are able to still show up and be present,
That's right.
even in your discomfort.
I am.
Yeah.
That's progress, and yay for me. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do a fun one. Wait a minute. I get a gong.
Ah, yes. We bow to you and celebrate.
Oh,
Okay,
you.
so I have to tell you, when there are two things that when I work with clients that I get reactions that are not favorable. And one of them is that realization that every challenge I've ever had in my life has been invited into my life by me. I played a role in it. And then the other challenging thing is learning to celebrate your growth, learning to celebrate your healing.
Mm.
And I know for me, it was something where, I jumped right in head first, and there was always work to do, always work to do, always work to do. There's no time to celebrate. Celebrate? What do you mean celebrate? That's insane to me. How do you celebrate something like that? And it's like, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? Always, because something was constantly coming up to look at, evaluate, ask the questions. And so the work was always there. And before I knew it, then I'd get stuck and it'd be like, why am I stuck? What is this? One of the best ways, if you are feeling stuck, to get out of that stuck state is to do an inventory. Look back over the past couple months, couple years. Think about when you started asking the questions versus where you are now. Because celebrating your emotional healing and growth is crucial. I have found for me, the biggest part for me is it grounded the lessons that I had learned. And it helped me remember we're creating new patterns. When I allowed myself to celebrate, it was easier for me to give myself grace through the process. So it reinforces the positive behavioral changes that we're doing. We talk about patterns a lot. We talk about being aware of the pattern and then making the choice. Do I want to continue doing what I'm doing, or would I like to do something different? So when we can celebrate the fact that we have chosen something different, that helps reinforce the fact that, yes, we want to continue doing it this way because it feels better, because it brings me peace. It helps boost your self-esteem. Janice and I, like many of you out there, have very loud critics and judges. Ours aren't so loud anymore. One of the things Janice was talking about a lot today was worry. She was very much a worrier. And where she is today and what she's embarking on this weekend, she's allowing herself not to worry. That's a new pattern. And I said, did you celebrate that? And she was like, no. I never thought about it. So, and it motivates, you to continue working because you're feeling the change. For me, it was feeling the change within myself and then being able to see the effects of it rippling out. So it really has helped motivate me to just keep going. Keep going, keep using the tools that are working, keep asking the questions. It helped me shift from being critical and judgmental to being curious. I've always been curious about other people, but I haven't had a lot of curiosity about myself. So it definitely helped with that. And Janice, I hope you're seeing this because
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. I would say one of my things I want to work on now, or need to work on, but want to work on now, is actually exactly what you said. I'm a person who, like, if I'm not perfect, then I'm a failure. There's no. I always lived in the black and white, and which means I always felt like a failure. So right, because you're never perfect.
Mhm.
But I know I'm learning about the gray. I'm getting in the gray a lot more, and not going back and forth. But it's funny, in my healing, in this journey, I still, when I was reading the stuff for this week's show, I was thinking, oh, I still really do that. I don't give myself. I know you're so good at saying nice things to me, and it's like that's encouraging me to celebrate and to acknowledge it.
Mhm.
And it goes like this. Yeah, right. It's still a challenge. So yeah, this is a great topic, because those of us who are in the black and white, or perfection, or critic,
Mhm.
we got, I believe in the gray, and I can sell myself on. We all have to be in the gray. So yeah, gray, yes. I can celebrate myself even though I'm not perfect. I can celebrate my accomplishments, my healing. Yeah.
Fantastic. And it's interesting because especially the small ones, when I was working with my teachers, and they would say, do you celebrate? Have you celebrated that? And in the beginning, I would be like, drinking a beer used to be celebration to me. Well, I had a beer, so sure.
Yeah.
And it's so funny to see the reaction on my clients' faces when I say, have you celebrated that? They look at me like, what is there to celebrate? I don't understand. So, it's very easy for me to identify it in other people. It's very easy for me to look at you, Janice, and say all of these things. You show up and you do this show every week with me. And how huge was it that you said yes? We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
You said yes to this. That was huge growth on your part. And I feel like you may have allowed yourself to celebrate that a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I probably have. It's just not. It's not like. Yes, it's not the form that I think a celebration would be. Again, I'm not saying, "Yay, me! I'm so great! Oh yeah, yeah." No.
And that's another thing that clients are like, "What? How do I celebrate that?" So it's whatever feels right and perfect for you. It doesn't have to be a specific thing. Go ahead.
No, I don't remember what I was going to say, but that's exactly. I don't remember. Go ahead. It'll come back.
Yeah, I mean, it's simple as Janice saying, "Yes, I agree. That is something that's worthy of celebration."
Yeah.
That she could admit that she's done something that's worthy of celebration is celebration in itself.
Yeah. Again, it's interesting, because how do you define celebration? I celebrate. I acknowledge, and I say to people, I do this podcast, and it's really makes me happy, and I hope I can make a difference to people. And I think I don't know. I still say hope, but no, I make a difference.
There you go.
And I say that. So is that a celebration? Is that enough? The fact that I'm saying that and feel good about that, is that a celebration?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Because you are someone who traditionally beats yourself up.
Yeah.
So for you to be able to celebrate the fact that you put yourself out there, you said yes. You didn't allow your fear to step forward first. You said yes and then dealt with your fear.
I tell you, this, oh my gosh, I'm just recognizing something. When I retired, it's really hard, because then you think, oh, you just sit at home until you die. What do I want to do? And beat myself up because I'm not doing things, the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Well, it hit me the other day. Well, what I wanted to do is I just want to travel. That's something I want to do. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, oh, well, I don't have enough money, and I'm going to do it alone. Yeah. Okay. And then just ding, for Christmas time, for my grandson, I got him, he loves basketball, the NBA, the NBA, and his team, loves this team. I don't know, the Wolverines. I say it wrong all the time to him. So then I say it wrong on purpose to get him going. And now I can't remember the right one. but okay, so then, what about the money? Okay, well, I paid for the tickets then, and I paid for the room. I paid for it. And what am I going to drive down to Boston? How am I going to get there? Yeah, I'm going to drive down to Boston.
Mm-hmm. See,
and I really haven't worried about it too much, which it's just weird because it's like, this is my grandson, this is my retirement, this is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go, and I went through Verbo, and I got a houseboat. I am like, that's one of the things I've always wanted to do. I thought maybe I'd like living in a houseboat. Well, heck, get one for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did. I got a houseboat. I'm driving. I got a place to park. You have to pay to park in Boston when you're near anything, I guess. And I did it. And I am not really that worried. And that's with a broken arm that I can't use.
Uh-huh.
Now, I have people who are very worried. How are you going to turn those corners? And the doctor said I can drive. So right. I just have to take the splint off while I'm driving. And I got to put it back on when I get, okay.
Mm-hmm.
If he says I can drive, then worst case scenario, my grandson does have a license. He's 16.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't want to drive in Boston.
Right.
But he could drive, So anyways, that's huge.
That is huge.
I went from being scared to death about retiring because I'm worthless and valuable, and they're not doing the things, to realizing really I want to live this simple life, but I want to just travel once in a while. Mm-hmm. To actually making it work and finding the money, and a smaller version, mind you, but it's not that small.
No, it's a first step.
It's huge. That's day and night. It's like from doom and gloom to possibilities,
Mm-hmm. So the question I'm hearing, Janice, is, do you still believe that you're worthless?
No.
Okay, that's huge. That's huge, because when Janice and I first met, she would have said, yes, absolutely, I do. That is huge.
No, and you know what? I know I'm valuable to my grandson. Okay. even if it's just that I get to spend, I don't have to work. So we're going to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to miss school. He doesn't care. But I can do it. Like, my granddaughter wants to go to Montreal this summer. I'm like,
okay. Okay.
Yeah. So celebrate. So celebrating is bringing myself there and not worrying and enjoying it and trying to go with the mentality is, this is my life I want now. Look at me. There's that feeling. Yeah.
I love that. You're touching your heart. There's that feeling.
Yeah.
That's living from your heart.
Yeah.
Being guided by your heart. Your heart never says you're worthless. Your heart never promotes doom and gloom. And that's a big thing. That's how you know the difference between ego and soul. Ego will say whatever it has to do to keep you in a state of fear. So
I think too, the worthlessness part of, because I'm not being a housewife, and I think that if you're not working, you should be a housewife. That's just how I was raised. Mm-hmm. And I fought with my husband from day one when we first started dating. I think it's the 50-50 if you're both working, but now I'm not. So I feel like I should be a housewife, and I don't want to be a housewife. So I've been beating myself up about that. But with having the broken arm, the bad shoulder, the shoulder surgery, and the broken arm, I can't do much.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband's been doing it, and he's like not complaining. And granted, it's not a great house, it's not perfect, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine that I'm not doing it all.
Well, it's fine that you're not doing it because you can't.
Yeah, but it's also, I'm seeing it without me doing it, and I know it's not this big, huge, terrible thing either. Right. It's not the end of the world. So he takes care of the floors once every week or so, and washes the dishes. I still can empty the dishwasher, and I'll do this cleaning, that cleaning once in a while when I see it. And
the best part is you do what you do. Yeah. You wake up in the morning and you say, what would I like to do today?
Mm.
You know, and that's so much growth and healing has allowed you to start. I'm not going to say that you have silenced. I don't know. I have not silenced either.
Mm.
But that ego voice that beats you up and judges you all the time has definitely gotten quieter.
Yeah.
And, you know, celebration is whatever lights your heart up. Not everybody else, not society's version of what celebration is. Yours.
Mm.
And if that's sitting on the couch saying, look at me, I haven't worried hardly any about this trip coming up, and I'm very happy and proud about that.
Yeah.
That's celebration. It's you acknowledging how far you've come. And it's telling, because our bodies are always listening. It's like, yes, this is what we want more of. The universe is always listening. This is what we want more of. You know, and the small milestones are the most important ones because they're the ones building the foundation.
Mm.
You know, so
Yeah.
you celebrate. It helps to build resilience when those old patterns start sneaking in again. You don't fall down into that pit as deep as you once did, and you're able to acknowledge it sooner, and you're able to access your tools quicker and get yourself back into a space of alignment. You know, it helps reduce the burnout. I know early on I would work. Everything was work. Everything that, you know, there's a lesson in everything. And I was like, all right, what's the lesson here? What's the lesson here? What's the lesson here? Everything was a freaking lesson. And then I was just like, I'm so freaking tired. Is this ever going to end? You know, you hit that overwhelm burnout stage. So when we celebrate, it helps reduce that because we're grounding the growth as we do it, as we move through it. And it helps rewire the brain. Like I just said, your cells are always listening. You know, it helps to rewire the brain to acknowledge the accomplishments over the shortcomings, which Janice has seen. I have seen, you know, one of the big hiccups I have is I want to be very conscious about ego and soul. And I want to make sure I'm soul forward and not ego forward. I do believe there is a balance that we need. And, but I want to make sure that I'm not stepping into ego and feeling that I'm bigger or more important or anything than anybody else. We're all the same. Yeah. So humble is very important to me. And
you know what? I would like to, when we come back from the commercial break, I'd like to hear how you celebrate your accomplishments.
Sure, fine, Janice.
Okay.
All right, let's take a commercial break now and we'll be right back. And we're back. Going to be here now. Peaceful Empowerment Work Show, where presence invites perspective and allows peace. Yes, I can.
You can tell we don't share an office space.
Exactly.
I have to text her to sneak a talk to her.
Okay. Well, before we cut for break, Janice asked how I celebrate my wins, my growth. And a lot of it has to do with me giving myself the time to reflect back and think about where I was, where I am now, being able to admit that I have created a life that I love. And it was very intentional. There was a lot of challenges along the way, but I have really, and something as simple as Jen wanting to go away and me having the freedom to take my work with me, what I was responsible for and what I needed to do, and not worry about it. Being a teacher for 24 years, I never could have taken a week off in the middle of the school year. Ever. I always had to plan vacations over the summer, which, you know, people always like to say, that's what you got the summer for, and or over spring break. Between teaching and coaching, I always had to work on the school schedule. So this having the freedom to work from home, which means I can work from any location, and B, not have to request time off from the boss is beautiful. And that's something that, I decided I wanted, and here it is. So
awesome.
Yeah, coming to that reality, just the reality, like, wow, okay. You talking about retirement, and then this is what I want to do, and you're doing it. It's like, holy crap.
I remember when I first met you, you talked about how, the issues around money and how tied you were. I don't remember the words, but so hearing you say that, that's huge.
Yeah. It was a prisoner to, I got to make. And not only do I have to make money, but my worth is based on how much money I can make, which sounds crazy coming from a teacher, because God knows nobody gets into teaching for the money. But I was always coaching on top of it. And until my mother died, I worked 2 summer jobs, and I also worked an extra part-time job during the school year. So it was work. And I was one of them that worked for the weekend. We get to the weekend, we party it up, whoop, whoop, and then we get back to work on Monday. And if we're lucky, we're not hungover. But so yes, thank you for recognizing that, Janice.
Yeah.
And another thing is I think we hit on this in the pregame, is when we're approached with a very similar experience, but our response is very different than what it used to be. And it's funny because I never recognize it as I'm moving through it. But once I get to the other side of it and can reflect back, it's like, wow, okay, well, I handled that very differently than I would have in the past. So yeah, being able to recognize the shift in the pattern, being able to recognize, I feel like the biggest thing for me is embracing the pause. I've learned to pause. And in that pause, it's given me that space to use the tools and access the tools. It's when I don't remember to pause, I get wrapped up, overwhelmed, and fall deep into the hole. It takes me longer to dig myself out. It takes me longer to realize, holy crap, I have tools that can help me. Or it takes me longer to reach out to somebody else and say, I need some help.
Yeah.
So being able to really incorporate the pause more than not. It's almost becoming the reflect. That's not the word I want. Anyway, all of a sudden I can't find the word. Yeah. The automatic. We live on autopilot for so long. I feel like my autopilot is shifting. Instead of immediately responding in rage or mad or whatever, it's the immediate response is to pause and ask the questions. So I feel like I'm getting there. It's more about, for me, reflecting. Sometimes I'll celebrate with, sounds crazy, but I'll put on a song and I'll dance. Or I'll sing to the song. Or I will simply say, you did a damn good job, Judy. And way to go. Other times, I'll want to take myself to dinner. Or, a lot is sharing with friends that understand where I've come from, like Janice, being able to share with her, because Janice sees things just like the whole money thing that I didn't even put together. Sharing with Jen, sharing with, my siblings. It's very interesting because a lot of them see, just like I see the shifts in Janice that she doesn't, a lot of them see the shifts in me that I haven't seen. So doing that inventory, not only you, but from the people that love and support you as well.
Yeah.
That's a good one. We have some key reasons for people that like slides and visuals. Key reasons to celebrate your emotional growth. Like we said, it boosts motivation and engagement. Celebrating progress, no matter how small, helps maintain momentum and feeds your desire to continue working on your personal growth and healing. Janice taking this weekend trip is solidifying the fact that, yes, my dream when I retire is to travel. You're doing it. So that's telling the universe, yes, I want more of this. And now she's going to be planning a trip to Montreal this summer. Awesome.
Yeah.
It rewires the brain and builds confidence. Celebrating releases dopamine. Here's the science. Dopamine, which boosts your mood and strengthens your brain's ability to create new, healthy neural pathways. So like I said, your cells are always listening. This builds self-worth and confidence, transforming how you see your own capabilities. So remember that, Janice. Celebrate that throughout your weekend. That I'm worthless, bullshit.
I think what I have a hard time, like I feel like, oh, I don't celebrate or whatever. But again, celebrate what I think of celebrating is I picture me dancing to music like I used to do and all these things, which, I don't do.
Uh-huh.
And it's funny because so now I have an image of what celebrating is, which is based on a me from maybe 30, 40 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I got to change that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm a big chair dancer. There are times I don't even get up and, move the whole body, but I chair dance like a pro.
You got it. You got it.
Unks, 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 unks.
Yeah.
Reduces burnout and anxiety. Actively celebrating acts as a buffer against long-term burnout and reduces emotional exhaustion. It provides a healthy focus on progress rather than dwelling on the past and unhealed pain. It's funny, Janice, they're bringing up, this is something that each leg of your trip, allow yourself to celebrate in one way or another, whether it's a look at me go, a pat on your back, whatever it is you choose, because that continues to ground the fact that this is the new pattern for me. This is the new that I want for me.
Yeah.
I love it.
And my grandson, I don't know if he's a pleaser. I don't quite know yet, but he plays my kind of music when we're in the car.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't like his. He's got a lot of swearing and it's rap.
Right.
I don't want to hear about killing and all this. No.
Right.
And so he'll play my music and like he knows the words too, and we actually sing together.
Oh, I love it. Yes. That's one of the things we always did growing up. We were just talking about that not too long ago. I'm going to age myself. I would sit and painstakingly put mixtapes together for when we took trips, family trips. And I would make sure we had everybody's genre that they liked. Yes.
Wow.
We had my mom who liked Barry Manilow and Murray. Dad pretty much listened to whatever. My older sister was into Duran Duran, Def Leppard, the Moody Blues. And Laura, my little sister, was into Bon Jovi, Motley Crue, that kind of stuff. So, and I was the country girl. I loved country music. So we would do a mixtape with all that on it. And we would sing in the car. Our friends were always like, your family is so weird.
Oh, I think it sounds fun. Only when you're young do you think it's weird.
I know. It's so weird. Okay. Shifts in perspective and rewrites narratives. It's exactly what we're talking about with you and your trip this weekend. It helps shift your internal narrative from self-criticism to self-compassion, allowing you to recognize your bravery, strength, and capacity for change. Yes.
Yay! Woo!
And it validates the journey. Celebrating legitimizes the hard work involved in healing, reinforcing that your effort is meaningful and valid. So it is important. It can sound silly in the beginning, and it can be like, whatever. But when you do it.
Sorry. And don't go into it with a preconceived notion of what it's supposed to look like and then say, see, I'm not doing it.
Exactly. Because, I grew up at a time where celebration always involved food and alcohol.
It doesn't?
It can. That's just it. So my thought when I, first celebrating, I have to drink and cheers or go to dinner or eat food or that was my idea of celebration. It was always food, party, alcohol. That's how we celebrate. So discovering other ways to celebrate for me has been a journey itself.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because like with the show, when we get done the show, I just want to eat. But it isn't like it's not so compulsive. It feels like more like a celebration, like a treating me
Yeah.
thing. Like, look at your reward. It really does feel like that. Huh.
That it's funny because I'm always hungry too. But I also, I don't eat before the show. I don't get quite as nervous as I used to, but nerves. And I've turned into somebody who doesn't really eat breakfast. And that's something that I've had to learn to celebrate as well, because I'm listening to my body. Everything out there is like, you got to eat breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day. So I would beat myself up for not eating breakfast. And I would try and try, but my body's something. I'm not usually hungry until noon, 1 o'clock. Oh, Janice, hilarious.
Oh,
so Jen and I were away last week, and we were away for the time change. I didn't realize we were springing forward. So wake up Sunday, going about the day and everything. I walk into the kitchen and place we're staying, and both of the clocks are wrong. And I look at my cell phone. Of course, our cell phones automatically update. So I'm still not putting it together. I'm looking. I was like, why didn't I notice the time was wrong last night? So I fixed them. And I go into the bedroom, and the bedroom clock is wrong too. And I'm like, what is going on? Did I wake up in a different dimension or something?
I turned it off. Okay, runs out.
I was like, this is crazy. And the past couple of years, the time change has really affected me. Like, my body's all out of whack, and I don't feel well. Being away last week and not having time scheduled regimen, I was able to ease myself into the time change because I still just was flowing with the body.
Yeah.
And it got home, and by Tuesday I woke up and I was like, God, I'm sleeping so late now. And I started that whole beating process, and it was like, no, you're not. You're not sleeping late. Your body is sleeping the same amount of time. It's just the clock sprung forward, so it appears later. So just something like that, recognizing that allowed me to stop beating myself up for something that it was unwarranted.
Yep.
Unwarranted. So just the fact that I could stop it is celebration in itself.
You know what I think the celebration thing, I'm just getting off on my little tangent, is I think that it seems to me like I started doing this little walk around the loop in my house. It's not a big commitment, so I don't mind doing it. And but the thing is I try to really be present, and the trees, but you know what, that is kind of a celebration, in itself. And it's just, I think if you find ways to celebrate, there's more to my point. If you find ways to celebrate, I think it also like integrates it more. Mm-hmm. Like as you're experiencing it and doing it, oh, maybe that's what that's going to say. It feels like it. Yeah, it goes deeper. The belief in the knowledge and the experience is a little deeper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the grounding. It grounds it.
Yeah,
it makes it a part of. It just, I think we hit the nail on the head when we said we're shifting what autopilot was for us.
Yeah.
Both of us, autopilot was checking out, numbing out, not being present. I used the description of I was numb on the inside, but party on the outside.
Yeah.
And this really helps me. And you and I did that for years and years and years. That's what we did. So the celebration helps to, what I'm seeing is like chisel that pattern that has been so solidified for so long. Yeah. When we celebrate the growth and the healing, it helps chisel that pattern down and create that new one. So our autopilot is shifting. Our autopilot is no longer numb. It's awareness. Autopilot with the pause, asking the questions, using those tools, you doing your loop around the yard, being grateful for the birds and the trees. That's beautiful. Beautiful. nature is so healing anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I think about it. Well, when I was young, I was outside all the time. I loved it outside. But I realized you got to let go. I mean, I'm probably going to express myself and live my life and ground myself different than I used to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you were constantly told you can't keep doing that. You got to grow up. And I feel like what I'm doing is returning back to the patterns of the child. I'm learning to play again. And that makes my heart very happy.
Yeah.
Learning to play again. And I feel like that's the path you're on too. Allow yourself to play again. It doesn't have to be so serious. It doesn't have to be so heavy. And yes, I understand there's a lot of big, serious things going on in the world right now. The best thing I can do to help with what's going on in the world is be as light as I possibly can. And that requires me being joyful and happy. That I can do. I can focus on me and my internal environment. Is that happy? Is it grounded? Is it aligned? Am I in integrity? And with that starts to echo out. And I start to attract people that are aligned in love, truth, and integrity as well. And if everybody's doing that, that's how the collective shift happens. You can't heal an environment where the trauma has been caused. So fighting against things, we don't get anywhere. We've had a war on drugs for how long? And the drug problem has never been as great as it is now. Yep. So it's not about fighting against it. It's about creating new pathways.
Yeah.
So, and celebration is one of the best ways to do it.
All right. I'm going to work on that. I promise. I hope that we all can learn to celebrate ourselves, where we are, where we've come from, what we've made it through. You know, if you're in a dark time, you made it through the day. You're here now. So that's great. There's many days I've been like that. So that's worth celebrating, even if it's something little or big. Or take care of yourself and celebrate yourself, even the little things, if that's all you can come up with right now. But you're worth it.
Absolutely. Celebration can simply be sharing gratitude.
Yeah.
I learned from a very wise man. One of the first things he does before he even opens his eyes in the morning is he says, thank you. Thank you for giving me another day. So start your day with that celebration that you are here to live another day.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. The last part we had was by celebrating, you actively acknowledge your personal growth and encourage yourself to continue navigating the challenging path of emotional healing and growth. So yeah, Janice, your words were beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We can't wait to hear about your trip and all the ways you celebrated along the way.
Go Celtics. I'm going for Celtics just, so we can fight. So I got me a commemorative t-shirt. I guess ordered it for myself to go down, and I got Cole one for his team. So we'll look like, enemies, if people are like that. I hope they're not, but
what do they call it? A house divided? Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it'll be fun. I can't wait. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Silverio. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you so much and appreciate listening and sharing. And you can share your information too and your successes right on the whatever medium you're looking at, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, or if you're on a podcast, I don't care. Just you can share and celebrate. We're so glad.
And one last thing, I would like to send a shout out to my brother-in-law, Eric. He is celebrating 20 years alcohol free.
Ooh! Congratulations.
Yeah, we are all so proud of him. It's been a journey, and he's done a hell of a job. May you continue in good health, sir. I love you, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh, congratulations, and celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for choosing to be here now with us. Please always remember,
you are not alone.
And don't ever forget, you are awesome. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.